Okay.
I got an intro for us.
What is it?
A song.
What? You're throwing this on me right now?
Yeah. You have to say.
Bringing out the claps.
Say, what day is today?
Today
No,
is...
you say that.
What day is today?
Today is the Q&A.
What? So we are back with another video, and wow, this last week has been incredible. Our channel has literally over doubled in subscribers.
Thank God.
Yeah, thank God, and thank you guys. And it's so awesome because one of the main reasons we started this channel was because me and Sutton felt a little bit of a lack in the area of our life of witnessing to people and sowing seeds as Christians. You know, that's one of our main jobs here on earth, is to go out into the world. And this channel is just amazing that we're able to reach so many people so quickly.
YouTube is a good outlet for homebodies.
Yes, yeah, we don't get out that much, so we just sit here on our couch, make a video, and bam! Thousands of people are checking this out, so we're pretty excited about that. So I wanted to just thank you all so much for that, and you've been getting some really nice messages on Instagram too, right?
Yes, everybody has been so nice. I think I actually posted that on Instagram about how, just like when we first started YouTube, I kind of expected it to be a lot of hate, honestly. But it has been the complete opposite, and it's just really cool to see.
Those haters might be coming though. I have a feeling when we get more in some intense topics, they might be coming out of the woods.
We can handle it.
Yeah, we got you. We got you guys.
Oh, speaking of Instagram, we have an Instagram now.
Oh yeah, due to high demand, people were just like, "Where's your Instagram? Where's your Instagram?" And Sutton was getting all these personal followers on her personal page, and I'm like, "Wow, these people must want us to have an Instagram." So we changed her Instagram into our Instagram. So check it out, Nate and Sutton on IG. If you like what we're throwing down here on this channel, be sure to subscribe because we got a ton of videos coming out in the next few weeks, including our first family beach trip with Little Oak. That's pretty cool. And then we also have, we're gonna do a house tour video. We got all kind of really cool video ideas that's coming.
We have a list going of all of our ideas.
Yeah, so if you don't wanna miss those, be sure to subscribe and hit that little ring bell notification icon once you subscribe, because then you'll get notified every time we post a new video. We're pulling up the questions.
We got way more than I expected, so we're gonna try to hit as many as we can.
Yeah, we can't get to every single one, but we're gonna get a lot. So our very first question, how many kids are y'all hoping to have? Do y'all like to travel, and do you have a mentor? We're hoping to have 4 kids.
Which is easy to say when you have 1 kid, so we'll see.
Yeah. Our ideal scenario would be to have 2 boys and 2 girls, but we're thankful for however many kids we get, because God's the giver of life, and we're thankful for it. Do y'all like to travel? Yes, we love to travel, and we've traveled to many incredible locations, as you can probably see through our intro, and it's something that we want to get back into. Ever since she got pregnant, we kind of had to take a little halt there, but we're looking at some family trips maybe coming up.
To Alaska.
Yeah, Alaska. Do y'all have a mentor? I don't think we really have a worldly mentor, do we?
No, I feel like we don't have anyone that's like specified as a mentor, but I do feel like there's people that impact our lives. Like our pastor, our marriage counselor, our families. So what if you're not a virgin, but you want to wait until marriage now?
It's never too late. You can always re-virginize yourself, as we talked about in our past videos.
Did you make that word up?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's never too late. And we've been getting a lot of comments on the channel of people talking about like, oh, you're not a bad person if you've had sex, and it doesn't make anyone better than you, which is true. You know, nobody's better than, we're all equally flawed. So if you are not a virgin and you want to recommit yourself, go for it and ask God to forgive you for your past sins, and He will. And it's a brand new day, and it's a beautiful day.
I think He'll bless you for wanting to make that change in your life too.
Next question. Please tell us how you can find the one and how you can identify her. So maybe him.
I would say to find the one, stop looking for the one. I feel like when that happened to me, like when I made the decision, I am done like trying to find someone. I'm just gonna let it happen, just let it be. And I really thought, how is this ever gonna happen? Like literally all I do is go to school where it's a bunch of girls and go to the gym and church, and that's it. Like where would I ever meet someone? And it still happened. So I feel like hunting and trying to find someone just doesn't work. You just need to wait on God's timing, and it will happen whether you like it or not. They're coming for you. And just become the person you're looking for is looking for.
Literally the night after I prayed to God that I'm done hunting for a girl, I'm just tired, I give up looking for him, was the night she came into my life.
Do you believe in heaven and hell after the end of this life on earth, as in hell being eternal torments and heaven being eternal bliss and being in the presence of God? It's a big one.
You gave me the hard one. Well, yeah, the short answer is yes, we do believe in that. And from what I understand from reading the Bible is that heaven and hell are a real place, where hell is more described as an internal separation from God, which from what we read sounds like a place of torment. And heaven being a place where we reunite with God for all of eternity. Touching on that question, that's really, since we believe that, I mean, that's a big belief. And it's really one of the main motivators behind why we make videos, in hopes that our content will sow seeds in people and witness to people so that they can come to know the truth of who God is. All right, question coming in with the hot seat. Hot pants. How come Sutton is wearing hot pants? And the Bible tells us to dress modestly. How come you're wearing hot pants?
I'm doing it again. I assume the hot pants are like shorts. Like I've never heard it called that before, but let me tell you one thing. Georgia is hot. It is hot here. I cannot wear pants every day. But I really truthfully don't know what the Bible says about like clothing and what we should or shouldn't wear. So I'm interested. I'll look into it.
Yeah, I actually thought that was a very interesting question, and a good question too, because it kind of got me thinking, what does the Bible say about modesty and how women should dress and how we should all dress? So, and I did look into it, and the Bible does talk a lot about modesty, and we're going to consider that question. That is a great question, like should we even be wearing bathing suits? It sounds extreme, but that's the culture that we live in. It's so normal to do these things, but should it really be normal? What are you guys' thoughts on that?
When did you guys decide to follow the Lord, and where are you from?
We are from the southeast of the United States. I'm from Georgia. She was born in North Carolina, but lived the majority of her life in Georgia. Is that right?
Right.
For me, I decided to follow the Lord. I was probably about 12 years old.
What? Me too.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Me either.
I wonder if it was the same day.
That would be weird. Mine was in the summer. We both grew up in Christian homes, so I feel like it's not like we lived any of our lives not being Christians, but there was, at least for me, a time in my life that I decided on my own, like, this is what I'm going to do, and I was about 12.
I want to ask if you guys think that living with your partner before you get married is a bad idea, even if you're engaged.
That's a good question, and a lot of, we film weddings, and a lot of times now we're filming couples that have been living together. So that's becoming a normal thing, which I personally don't agree with. I think that's not a good idea. I know that we're supposed to like flee from temptation, and even if you're dating, I feel like it can be unsafe to be alone together. And then if you're talking living alone, like 24/7 around each other, probably even sleeping in the same bed, I'm sure if you're living together, that's what you're doing. Man, that is just some serious temptation, and I would avoid that.
Yeah.
Plus, it's also ruining the excitement. I mean, like, when you get married, I just feel like part of what's so exciting, at least for us, was coming back from our honeymoon, and, like, we get to go to our apartment and like be together.
Mm-hmm.
It's just fun.
Yeah, I think it's a bad idea. Not only are you just living in temptation, it's like putting meat in front of a dog's face.
Or yours.
Yeah, or my face. But also, yeah, let's just leave it at that. It's a bad idea.
Okay. What is... You act like you're on a talk show with all these words. Okay, what is your opinion on drinking alcohol as a Christian? Alcohol isn't bad itself, right? Then when is too much?
So this is another really good question that I have debated for quite a long time. And if I had to give an answer, I'm not sure that I have the answer, but if I had to give an answer, I would probably say that like drinking alcohol in and of itself is not sinful or it's not wrong. But once again, if you're questioning it, whether it's right or wrong, I think it's wrong, because there's in the Bible it says that anything that is not from faith is sin. So if you are not having faith that you're doing the right thing, then yeah, I believe it's wrong. Also, there's a lot of things to consider, like is it leading you to do things that are sinful, such as getting drunk or doing other things that you're not supposed to be doing. So that's another one of those really good questions that I'm not sure I have the exact answer to. In the Bible it talks about people drinking wine and Jesus turning water into wine, but at the same time, is their alcohol the same as our alcohol? I don't know, but yeah, there you go. There you go.
You were gonna tell them that you drink every now and then?
No. No, I didn't purposely leave that out, but it is a good question. I occasionally have a drink, and
just like one drink.
Yeah, and I don't even really know why. It's just like if an opportunity presents itself, like if someone buys me a drink or something, I will have had a drink. But now that I'm talking about it, I feel like I have a little bit of I don't know if it's shame in that, but I feel like maybe I shouldn't be doing that. So thanks for that question. I'm gonna actually ponder on that more, and maybe I'll make another video about that. Do you follow any other family vlogs / YouTubers?
Surprisingly, I'm personally not too big on YouTube. I feel like I do. If I follow anyone, I would say it's Kristen Johns. I watch her makeup tutorials and stuff. And family. I think we maybe watched a couple of Cole and Savannah's videos. Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, no one that we follow like consistently, but we've seen some of Cole and Savannah's, and
I feel like you would know more about this.
Paul and Morgan, I've seen their videos that are really good. So that's about it. All right, next question.
You better be quiet with this sleep. Can you two do a workout video or a health video? What you two eat or how often you exercise? Because clearly you two are fit.
Yeah, so this is one.
He just made his life with that question.
This is one that I've been wanting to make for a while, so I think we will do this.
See if Dad still got it. And he does.
I love working out. It's like definitely one of my biggest passions.
And you can tell her how many times you work out a week, so that's part of the question.
Oh yeah, I usually work out about 3 times a week. And I really just do it I don't like do bodybuilding or anything, but I love being functional and fit. I love gymnastics. I love backflips, gymnastic rings, handstands, which, yeah, I just have a blast with it.
I go to the gym like 2 days a week. Now, after having Oakland, I took a big break, and I'm still kind of in a break because I'm having like serious tailbone and lower back issues from pregnancy. So I still can't do everything I like to do, but I like to go to the gym and do things that I enjoy. I don't like to, work out really hard or anything. I just like to do things that I like to do. Which,
by the way, if anyone has any solutions for tailbone and lower back pain post-pregnancy, please help a woman out. This girl, she has been struggling. What were your professions before becoming photographers?
Well, that's a good question. We're videographers though, so we don't know much about taking photos. But before doing videography, I went to school for interior. First, I did nursing. Failed out. It's too hard. then I went to school for interior design, which I love to do. I love decorating rooms and stuff. That's really fun to me. And then I had a job and I was working that, but I was not enjoying it like I should. I was not enjoying driving to and from Atlanta, and that's what led us into doing videography, something that we could do together and work from home and make our own hours, and that is the life.
I too was a college dropout, and
I graduated.
Oh yeah, you graduated.
I just don't use it.
Yeah, so I went to the University of Georgia. I actually got a swimming scholarship, and to go there, so I was pretty much just going to college to swim, and I hated the school, so I ended up dropping out and started my own entrepreneurial pursuits. I'm 27, and my birthday is February 10th.
I'm also 27. My birthday is October 4th.
What do you guys like to do for fun on your free days?
Relax.
Sutton introduced relaxation into my life.
Yeah, we are some relaxers. What we really like to do is go to the pool. That's something that we really enjoy.
Yes, go to the pool, lay out in the sun. I'm kind of a yard fanatic. I love having just a beautiful green lush lawn. So I spend a lot
He's got it.
And I love working out.
Spend a lot of time with Little Oak.
We love to travel too. We just haven't done that recently, so.
I miss it. Well, we did just go on a trip, but we used to take big trips like to Canada, and we went to Greece. Now we want to go to Alaska. When and how did you decide that you were ready to start dating and looking for a spouse? Were there some specific things and character traits in your life that you wanted solidified first?
I decided I was ready to start looking for a spouse when I was about 12 years old. And I never quit until the night before I met her. But yeah, some things that I knew and that I'd recommend any single people out there to get solidified first before looking for a spouse is not feeling the need of having someone else to complete your life. You know what I'm saying? So like if you feel like you have this hole in your heart, or like you feel just a void that you need filled, and you feel like finding another person is going to fill that void, then I'd say no. I would say really figure out what is that void? Where is that void coming from? Because another person is not going to complete you. I really like the analogy of if you're just a half person, like you're not full and complete and happy with yourself and your life, and then you get another half person and they come together, that's not going to make one full person. That's going to make like a quarter of a person.
Half and half makes a whole.
Yeah, it does. The math does. But if you get one full person and another full person and they come together, then what do you get? You get two people. Anyway, I think you get what I'm trying to say.
I would say that you should get something solidified as your relationship with God. Yes. Andy Stanley does a whole series about that, about like taking a year off of dating and just focusing on yours and God's relationship, because that's the most important thing. And I feel like once you get that right, other things in your life are going to fall into place. And then if the person you're looking for is also doing that exact same thing and y'all come together, magic.
Yes.
How do you guys regulate births? Is there a Christian way to do that? Do you use contraception?
You get all the easy ones. Yeah, so this is another really big topic that we use birth control.
Close your ears, parents.
Yeah, and I'm not proud of that, actually. I think we both later felt some conviction on that, right?
I just felt like it wasn't I know that birth control is kind of like putting hormones in your body, and I just felt weird about that, like putting things in there that aren't meant to be there.
Yeah.
Something was just weird about that.
Yeah, so, and I feel like you're kind of stopping life, which God created. So I don't think we're ever going to use birth control again.
There's other ways.
Yeah, there's other ways. There's other ways naturally that you can, not 100%, but, works pretty dang good, prevent getting pregnant. So I'll let you use your imagination on that one.
Or don't.
Yeah, or don't use your imagination. Definitely don't use your imagination. What is the biggest lesson God has taught you in your life? What do you do to stay humble? I got something.
Okay.
That fulfillment comes from God and nowhere else. I just think it's the constant need people have to find fulfillment, and they look for fulfillment in all areas of life, whether it be money, or whether it be in a relationship, or a job status, or an accomplishment. They're always looking for fulfillment in these areas, and I feel like I have been blessed enough to succeed in a lot of those areas, and I have found that ultimate fulfillment doesn't come from those, and it comes from God and God alone, and having that relationship one-on-one with Him, and just being at peace and knowing that you know Him and that He knows you. That is where fulfillment comes from.
So this question had 19 likes. This is a big question. Okay, so she says, I feel like it's hard for me to be focused on God. All I think about is my future husband, and it's this constant need for having a best friend that will always be there for me and share my life with him and be there for him. I notice that this is not only taking my focus off of God, but also I'm idolizing my future husband. Did this ever happen to you? How did you prevent it and regain your focus on God? Yes, actually, this did happen to me. I remember this happening. I was getting to the age that my friends were kind of meeting their future husbands. My sister was getting married, and yeah, it was a consuming thought of like, who am I going to marry, and when am I going to meet him, and how am I going to meet him when I don't hardly go anywhere? And I feel like what I did, I prayed a lot about that. I did not want that to be a focus in my life. I wanted to trust God and know that He's going to send the right person for me in His timing. And so I prayed about that, and I tried to kind of like busy my mind with other things like that. I feel like that's probably the time in my life that I was reading the Bible the most, which I feel like really put my focus back where it needed to be and worked out for the best.
All right, so here the most liked question is 21 liked. Rachel Coman. My question to Sutton is directed at Sutton too. Wow. How did you know you were in love with Nate? Was there any specific moment or indications that meant love for you, and why?
I really felt like when I first met him, in a previous video, I told y'all about how I made a list of things I was looking for in a future husband. And when I met him, I'm like, wow. Even for the first date, I'm like, he has a lot of these things. And we make fun of people on The Bachelor for being like, oh my gosh, I've known her for 2 weeks and they're already like loving them or whatever. But I feel like that happened to me. Like, we were going on one date a week. So for our third date, it had been 3 weeks of dating. Was the very first time we ever like held hands or anything. And I feel like it was then something about when we held hands that I was like, wow, I'm gonna marry this guy. And I would tell people that. I remember like coming home from the date, and my mom or sister was like, so how'd it go? And I was like, I'm gonna marry him. Like, kind of joking, but I was serious. And I would tell people like, if he asked me to marry him, I will marry him.
Wow.
But I don't want to tell him that because I never knew what he was thinking.
Something about that handhold, that was a magical handhold. That's one good thing about not being sexually intimate before you get married, because all the little things are just like magic. Like, you'd be surprised how good a handhold can feel. All right, this is the last question to conclude our first Q&A, and it is how to have ideal relationships with in-laws, how to have healthy boundaries, and how to handle overbearingness.
I feel like one tip to have a good relationship with in-laws is to, like, if there's ever conflict or problems between you guys, what we do is I will handle things with my family and he handles things with his family. So it's like if he has a problem, it's our problem. So I would not go to my parents and say, well, Nathaniel says blah blah. I would say we think blah blah blah, because we're a we. You don't put things on the other person because it's making them look bad. And I just feel like a goal is to make your family members think the best they can of your spouse. Like, never go and talk bad about your spouse to your family.
Yes. Amen. All right, guys, so that concludes this video. I hope we were able to answer your questions.
Thank you for watching if you've made it this far.
Yeah, and even though this was a Q&A, we still plan on answering 3 questions at the end of every video. If you have any questions, comment below, and the 3 questions that get the most amount of likes, we will answer it and give you a shout out at the end of our next video. Until then...
What day was today?
Today is Q&A!